this is actually a serious video. For once that I think we should be really serious, and it's an important matter.
Oh, okay.
People in Australia would probably be familiar with it, but overseas they wouldn't.
Is he serious?
There was a poor woman, a poor vegan woman in Western Australia who has had to take her neighbours to the Supreme Court.
Yes, I
with
saw that.
complaints about the smell of meat
And their
and
barbecue.
fish from the barbecuing, but from the barbecue,
terrible. It's
and
terrible.
said, and she actually lost the case. And
I don't know how she lost it, because this is just like terrible. It's appalling
yeah,
that this vegan woman had to subject herself to having go into her backyard and smell people next door cooking meat on the barbecue. Like that's right up there with like Hitler in the gas chambers
yeah,
and atrocities like that done to humans.
Yeah.
Pol Pot's and Stalin and all these people. This these people, these like inconsiderate meat-eating people, had the audacity to go into their backyard and put steaks on their barbecue.
yeah.
And this woman next door, who's a vegan, had to smell that cooking. Like that's like, I can't even imagine what she went through.
Well, I mean, in the
And the judge that let them off. That's
yeah,
even
yeah,
like,
yeah.
This went to the Supreme Court, and the judge just threw it out. I don't know how he can sleep at night. And now, to make matters worse, I see that there's a thing on Facebook now where there's going to be like a big street party, and over 1,000 people have said they're going to this big barbecue. Like over hundreds of people said they're going to turn up at this big barbecue party there now, just to antagonise this poor vegan.
Well, in defence of the neighbours,
There is no defence here, Sam. That's just
no,
terrible.
like they probably didn't know she was a vegan, because you know how vegans are like. They don't really.
No,
they,
listen.
they,
If she was vegan, you would have known about it.
nah, they're not like that.
She would have had vegan signs out the front. She would have been wearing vegan t-shirts, save a cow. She would have had all the clothing on, so yeah. It's just terrible.
Yeah, I know. The poor woman.
Yeah, could you imagine what she was going through to have to smell that meat cooking? It'd be like, it'd be like watching your daughter be raped or something. It must have just been terrible, terrible. She's probably scarred for life by this, and now the Supreme Court throwing it out is just like throwing it in her face, like her veganism is like nothing. It's just like, she doesn't matter to the world, and it's just terrible. I don't know what's going to happen. She might get like PTSD or something, or depression's going to set in, and if she kills herself because it is, I hope the neighbours and the judge are willing to live with that. They'll have blood on their hands.
But now, this is the serious part of the question. Do you reckon she was annoyed because they were cooking the meat and she couldn't stand the meat, or it was just reminding her of
what it used to
yeah.
be like? Yeah, probably.
Because
she's probably like a vegan, and she's trying so hard to stay vegan. It's like when I'm dieting for a show, and you can't have bacon and stuff, and you smell bacon cooking, you're like, oh my god, that smells so good, and you get angry and stuff. So she's probably told her friends, I'm going to become vegan, and she's bagged all her friends out. She bags every fucking meat eater she knows out, but yet she's finding it hard herself, and this smelling the barbecue next door probably tipped her over the edge that I want to go back, I can't go back, no, I want to go back, no. So she figured she'll try keep herself occupied and take it to the Supreme Court.
No,
But now what's going to happen? All these people turn up the barbecue.
Yeah, I think that's.
She's just going to go out and have a steak.
But I mean,
can't beat them, join them.
Bunnings actually use it as because they do fundraising at the.
I'm surprised
school.
there's not vegans picketing Bunnings from the smell of the sausages cooking.
And that they make you, if you because you can raise good money from there. They make you stay there till 4 o'clock, even if you've run out of sausages. You've got to go and get more because the whole place just smells the sausages. And I don't know Like
An
is
onion.
there, is there any better smell than
Exactly. You don't even want one till you get there. You're like, oh, I want one.
Yeah. So it's
they're only like $2.50 too, so they're cheap, and a can of drink for $1 or $2. So. But then they had that big thing with Bunnings. Remember, they wanted to put the onion under the sausage, not on top.
Yeah, because
someone almost slipped over on an onion, so they said it was not safe. So they tried to make it that the onion had to go on first and then the sausage.
I mean, yeah, look, it's
third world problems.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, just what I mean. Wouldn't it be more like if you tripped over some
if you put the onion on first or on last, it's still going to slip off if it's going to slip off.
Yeah.
And generally people buy them on the way out, so I don't see who's buying them going in and eating it walking around the store. I always see people buying them as they're leaving, so ridiculous.
I for a minute thought they were going to ban the onion, but that'd be...
give them time, they will.
Yeah, but seriously, I take my hat off to these vegans because is there any way, you talked about bacon, like like do you think you could live without bacon?
No. Even the smell of a steak on a barbecue, or
yeah.
Last week while Rachel was at work, I cooked a nice roast lamb in the oven, and just the smell of that cooking and stuff, and it's hard to go without meat. Humans aren't really meant to go without meat, so I don't know why. They had a big thing on TV, was a couple of nights ago, saying that all this bacon and all the other meat substitutes are actually more harmful to you than meat.
Yeah.
And it's like I told them, look, you're not really, unless half the population suddenly went vegan, you're not saving one fucking cow.
Yeah.
So to me, what you're doing is, this cow is dying in vain because you're a selfish cunt. You being a selfish cunt, this cow has given up its life to give you steak. And because now you want to be vegan, you don't buy it at the supermarket. And if no one buys it, it gets thrown out. So that cow died in vain. So how do you sleep at night knowing that cow gave its life for you and you don't appreciate it?
Oh, and also I think they're starting to figure out, like, meat is a very dense, I
don't know about meat, but I know the vegans are very dense.
Yeah, but they've got like a lot of nutrients in them for the size. So
what about that? Was it one couple that the kid died? Remember, didn't they have their kid on a vegan diet?
Oh, look. Well,
and the baby died because they were just giving it vegan.
Well, the funniest is they start feeding their pets vegan.
Oh yeah,
diet.
I see that now. Yeah, you got pet foods that's all vegan and shit, and the pets are getting sick.
Yeah.
I know that if I don't feed my cat, he'll always go outside and just eat grass. The bird will be there going,
yeah.
I don't want the bird, fuck the mouse.
Yeah,
look at that piece of grass over there. Oh, I'll go eat that. I was like, what do these people think? They're fucking retarded.
Yeah, so
I think all the vegans should just eat each other.
So if you're just eating all that plant-based stuff, you're gonna have to plant a whole lot more fields, and when they harvest it, there's insects being killed. Like if it's grains and stuff, using combine harvesters.
Plants have feelings too. They've proven it that they have feelings. So I don't get the whole thing. Unless for medical reasons you can't eat meat because you're allergic, or there's some super medical problem you can't eat it. I don't get the whole vegetarian, vegan type bullshit.
Well, I just think it's moderation. If you've got a thing about animals or whatever, then fair enough. Just have a little bit. Don't have
exactly.
And eat the grass-fed one or whatever, the ethically raised or whatever.
Yeah, you can't win with them. So. But yet these ones that say, I don't eat meat and shit, you'll see them wearing their fucking woolen jumper around, wearing their fucking leather stilettos or leather boots with their fucking Gucci leather handbag. Where the fuck do you think that leather come from? I'm vegan as they hop in their BMW with leather fucking cowhide seats and shit. Go fuck yourselves, you hypocrites.
I'll tell you what, wouldn't it be...
They've got a leather couch at home. Well, where did that come from?
Wouldn't you have a boring life if you're a vegan and a climate change believer? You'd
But to me, if you were that, I picture someone like on the TV show Survivor, just living on an island, eating coconuts and fruit, living in a straw hut.
No. Well, you can be both those, but you can
Yeah,
just not practice
there's so
it.
many things that are made from animals that you wouldn't be able to have half your clothing or shoes or bags. Or when you go to hospital, would you get cat gut stitches?
Yeah, and not all animals that are raised for food are mistreated. And
No, I'm sure. Yeah, no animal getting killed is nice, but at least when you say humanely, they're put down in the most humanely way possible. People kill people worse than no one fucking blinks an eye at that, do they?
Yeah, well, what about mosquitoes? If you
Oh,
get a mosquito, yeah,
Flies,
yeah,
ants, you just fucking step on ants all day
Yeah.
long, no one cares. Or a bee, people want to kill a bee or a wasp nest or something, or you see a spider, fucking whack. Yeah, they're fucking hypocrites.
yeah. No, that's what I think. It's like
It's like the ones that can't eat meat on Good Friday, but will eat fish.
Yeah,
Oh, well, what would the fish do?
but yeah. It's like, is there an animal, IQ test or
There's
something?
a list. There's a list that this is okay to kill. These ones are here, not okay to kill. No, it's ridiculous. Bloody ridiculous.
I think the only ones that can hold their head high are the Indian ones that believe all animals are sacred and they feed the rats.
They won't even eat cows. Cows just walk through the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll actually believe it and treat them.
And practice it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say one thing and then...
And they do another.
Yeah.
Exactly. They let the cow walk through the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like treated like a god.
And, you see like these big plates of food out for rats and stuff like that. That's true.
That's right.
True dedication to the...
Yeah, what happens there, there's vegans that set mouse traps if they had a mouse and killed a mouse. That ain't right.
Yeah. Yeah, the true vegans, they're feeding the rats and dying of the plague or whatever.
Exactly. No, fuck them.